everyone, this is Tracy with Creatively Tracy. How are you doing today? I'm coming today with a new type of video, and I have a visitor here. She's clawing at me. Say hi, Chloe. Say hi to everybody. She's 5 months old now. She's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Oh, Penny's coming over now because she's getting jealous, I think. She wants to sit on my lap. Okay. I did a project on the Cricut this week, so I wanted to show you that. So I did record it. It's not really a tutorial. It's just me kind of walking you through the steps of how I did it. And I'm not quite good enough to do tutorials yet, but when I get there, I would like to film those for you, for anybody who would like to see those. So for now, this is what I made. It is a 16-ounce glass can with this design on it. The design I did purchase. I did not draw that myself. So it was purchased from crafty.net, which actually has a monthly subscription fee. I will link that down below if you're interested. And the type of vinyl that I used is this from Teckwrap Craft, it's called. There it is. And I'll link them below too. I really liked working with this vinyl. I actually did another video last week, but I had issues. I had issues with all the vinyl that I tried to use and the transfer tape and everything, and I just could not get it to work. And I couldn't get the video to upload, and I had just major issues. So sorry you did not get to see that video. But it was kind of a disaster anyway. So this one worked out great, and I really enjoyed using this vinyl. So I hope you enjoy the video, and let me know your thoughts below. I do have more vinyl from them. I have a color changing vinyl from them. So I do want to show you that as well. And let's see, I will have some more crochet stuff coming up because I ordered some yarn from Premier. And that's it for now. So I hope you all have a nice weekend, nice week, and I will talk to you all later. Bye. Enjoy the video. Okay, so here we are in Design Space, Cricut Design Space, and we're going to go ahead and upload our image that I got from crafty.net, which again I will link below. So there it is on the left. I had uploaded it, and we're going to go ahead and put it on our grid here, and it's already measured out perfectly. That's one thing about crafty.net that I love, is I went in and I typed Libbey glass can, and it already had the exact measurements that I needed. So here we are putting it onto, this is how it's going to print out on the mat. So I move it down just slightly, down and over a little bit, so it doesn't print too close to the edges of the mat and it's hard to get off. So that's what I was doing there. So right now it's just loading. And for this vinyl, when it asks you to choose what vinyl that you need, because there's all kind of preloaded types of vinyl that you can choose in here. I just picked straight regular vinyl. Like, they have different types. They have permanent vinyl, holographic vinyl. They have all their cardstock. They have all that. So I typed vinyl, and you go all the way to the bottom and hit vinyl. And that worked perfect for this particular vinyl from Teckwrap. So I went ahead and picked that. And then we're going to go ahead and load up our vinyl on here. So I'm not going to make you guys watch this cut out the entire time, because that's going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up as it cuts, and then we'll come back in a couple minutes. Okay, so now that that's done cutting, we can get ready to get our glass ready. That's one thing you want to make sure that your glass is free from fingerprints, lint, the oil from your fingers can get on there. So you want to make sure that you clean it with alcohol before you put the vinyl on. So that's what I'm doing here. I just use like a little cosmetic puff and alcohol and clean that off. So I clean that before I go ahead and weed out my project. So now I'm going to go ahead and start to weed this off, and you will see how wonderfully this comes off. And instead of the regular weeding tool, I'm using what's called a pin pen. I believe Teckwrap does sell one. Mine I got from another company. You can also get them on Amazon. Teckwrap has a really nice one that's sparkly. Look how nice that comes off. So now I have to go in and weed out the pieces on the inside of the flower. So that's where the pin pen comes in nice. There's a little sharp, like a pin, point on the end of that makes the weeding easy. And I just think it works so much better than a typical weeding tool. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up for you too, so you don't need to watch all of this. But I want you to see how easily the face of the sun weeds off, because I was surprised by how easily it came off without like pulling the eyes and the mouth off. It just came right out. So it was really nice. All right, I'll fast forward it here for a bit. Now we're going to apply the transfer tape so that we can transfer the images onto the cup. And this transfer tape I'm using is kind of like a masking tape. And it worked okay. I think what I'm going to do is try and order some of Teckwrap's transfer tape. I think theirs may have a little bit more tackiness to it. This did work for the most part. A couple little pieces were hard to get up. So I think Teckwrap's medium tack might work better. So I think I'm going to try that next time. But overall, this worked, you know, just fine. And I'm going to speed this up again so you don't have to watch all of it. Watch me take too much time with it. But I'm just cutting it down to size here to make it a little bit easier. And we'll go ahead from here. Now we're finally going to place this onto the glass, and what I'm doing here is using a piece of parchment paper to help me put this on the glass. Parchment paper will not stick to your transfer paper, so it helps you just to line everything up first before you actually place it onto the glass. But as I am watching this back, I think I made my transfer paper too big, so I kind of had some issues here placing it on there. What you want to do is put like a little bit of, like I probably should have left a little bit more blank space on the end there of the transfer tape so that I could put it onto the glass, and then had some of the parchment paper underneath so I could stick part of the transfer tape onto the glass and still be able to move it around. I just have so much parchment paper under there. It was hard for me to maneuver, but I'm still trying to, you know, figure it all out and get this all down. But it did work out in the end anyway. But if you can get the gist of what I'm trying to do here, it does allow you to move everything around, because once you put that transfer tape down, it is not moving. So it is a way to help you line things up before you actually want to put it down for certain. So you'll see here what I do. Hopefully I went out of frame here a little bit, unfortunately. But here's where I start to put the transfer tape down, and then you lift up your transfer tape and pull out that piece of parchment, and then you start laying down all of the transfer tape. So you've lined everything up, you pull the parchment out, and then you're going to lay down the transfer tape. So you just want to press it as you go around. And when you get to the end here, sometimes you need to, like I'm doing there, is pull up the edge to get the other edge down with these round glasses. Then you want to use your tool there to burnish it down some, just to make sure that it gets down flat and gets all the way down. And then you can start pulling your transfer tape up once you feel that it gets all the way down. Have some pieces at the top there that go a little bit at the edge to where the glass kind of turns up. I try not to get pieces at that top part where it kind of curves up, but I think I have that one little leaf that curves up at the top. There, yeah, it went on fine though. You probably don't need to do that much and press that hard, but I just like to make sure that everything is on there solid. And again, it's permanent vinyl, so it should stay on. You know, after I used the glass, I did scrub it a decent amount, you know, when I washed it with a sponge, and everything stayed on perfectly fine. You don't want to soak these in water. You know, you don't want to let it sit in the sink overnight or anything like that. You just want to wash it by hand and then dry it off. Sorry for the barking dogs. Apologize for that. I think another dog was outside barking. Okay, we're almost done here. And that's it. So I love how this vinyl is multicolored like that. And here's the finished product with bamboo lid and straw. Thank you all for watching.